Right, guys, I just wanted to say something that's been weighing on my mind this week for some reason. I just want to get it out there and just be true. I want to get off these kind of subjects because it's 2020 and you just want to get on with your life and whatever else, you know. But you got to come out and say them so people know when you're walking around them where you're from and what you're about, you know, without actually speaking to you, you know, and what's in your head as well. So I just want to come out and say this because you know, a year or two ago, I was, in a town, felt like I had no one on my side, like in Northampton, and like you know, like I just really wanted to get this out there because of. I'm gonna finish off what I'm saying in the end, and you'll get where I'm going with this. But I remember Northampton, white man, landlord, let me stay at his house when no one else wouldn't at that time, and showed me respect, showed me a lot of time, and I'm forever grateful and forever indebted. Even though I may not be the best person for him, I'm forever indebted. You know, I remember there was a guy behind the counter. His name might be Danny. Right? Not I. Sorry, I'm naming shaming people, but every time I walk past this man, I just shiver. I just don't feel good, and the reason why is because he's just good people. He's good people. Like I've not heard him speak too much, but just something that radiates off of him. He's fantastic man, fantastic human being. And when I hear him speak, the laugh, the jokes, and that, I was like, oh man, if I could be talking to this man on a daily, do you know what I mean? He's just brilliant, really good people. And every time I walk past him, I just don't feel comfortable in my own skin, or I just feel so uncomfortable because he's good people. Yeah, there's a boxing trainer down at Northampton, white man, right? Every time, after about a month or so of knowing him, he didn't know this, right? But I address him. This may seem funny, but I always addressed him as I closed my eyes. I was speaking to an elder black man. That's how I addressed him. That's how I addressed him throughout the whole time. No matter how many times he whipped me psychologically and whatever to get me into shape, whatever, that's how I addressed him. And higher than that, I addressed him as a decent human being. Do you know what I mean? And he would do things to really, really, really wind me up. But he's good people. Yeah. There's a guy down at say Northampton Boxing Gym, NABC, the manager there, just so you may or may not know, I think his daughter or his niece is champion of the world, so you know who I'm talking about, right? Every time I deal with the man, I just don't feel comfortable. I feel like he's good people. I feel like I shiver as well. I just don't know. He's just brilliant person, a brilliant spirit, brilliant heart, and I don't even really know. Just I could tell and he gave me a place to go and do boxing and just feel comfortable in my own skin in a town where things were kind of against me, you know. And good people, and it's. I remember I was at a workplace in Northampton. Every time I felt down, this white lady would come over and she would just say something just to resuscitate me or to make me feel all right. Yeah. Right, so there's good people like that. Good, yeah, white people like that. Yeah, that are just they're white and they're good. There's nothing, no color, nothing. They're just good people, right? And the reason why I've mentioned that is because what I'm about to say next, I've had people say, oh, people don't talk to you, but I've had a lot of interactions, whether it's verbally, someone shouting out a car window, someone speaking to you directly. I've had a lot of interaction with black men of my age or whatever age, I say my age and older, in the last couple of years, especially since I come back down to London, right? But what I did, I stood firm. I saw someone in the centre of town, Northampton, and he said to me, Mark, he just spun past me, he said, Mark, it's not a black thing, it's a people thing, right? And accept that. And that's what I decided to do. However, in the last sort of, since I come down to London especially, right, like the interaction I've had with black men, like let me tell you the interaction I had with a black man down Warren Street, like just 2 weeks ago. So you know where I was, you know where I am, you know I certify what I'm saying, right? The geezer had his hair, combed it, put it all into one, wrapped it, right, and then obviously coughed, right. And I walked up to him because he looked a bit distressed, and I said, "Oh yeah, you alright, bro, man? What's going on? You alright?" And he got aggressive, like I thought he was gonna hit me, and he was like this. These fucking white people, they're pissing me off, man. Do you know what? I had to punch one of them in their nose and break his nose. I just come out of the police station. Do you know what? They're getting on my fucking nerves. They're doing this to us all over the place. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I thought back to those kind of people that I was just talking about. And I said, listen, bruv, there's some damn good white people out there. I don't know what you're talking about, bruv. Each to their own. And it's on an individual basis. There's good and there's bad. That's what I said to him. But you know what? It's not the first time. It's not the first time. I felt like the guy was, I don't know, like, I felt like the guy was inciting me, trying to incite me to like say something about white people or like something like that. That's how I felt. That's how I felt. I felt he was trying to get me to jump on his bandwagon, you know? And I'm not about that, and that's not me, you know? Like, right, so I'm going to finish off what I'm saying, right? But yeah, I've had a lot of little snap comments of like fellow black men that are like, attack white people, say something about their racism, which is clearly evident in the country. We see these things anyway, but you know, say something about the racism, say something about like white people not treating black people right, say something about Black Lives Matter. I've had, so don't say people ain't talked to me. Black men have spoke to me in many different ways, but it's been like to talk about racism, to ignite something regarding black and white, something or other, yeah. And then after a while, I've started to think, wow, you know what? If all these black men have had these kind of interaction with me, although you say you're not talking to me, there's something I need to say, or there's something I need to bring to light regarding, because at the end of the day, yes, there are dear good white people, but like in the whole grand scheme of things, right? Yeah, like in the last 300 years, black people have really suffered at the hands of the oppressor. And if a bunch of like black people like in drips and drabs, or black men in drips and drabs, are like, there's a racism going on here, there's something black, something white going on here, or there's something like you need to like say something about white people or say something about racism, it's like by spiritual default and just by what's gone on in the last few years, if there's something that I need to say or expose, I don't know, whatever, regarding my race, based off the torture and the butchering that's been done over the last couple 100 years, like obviously I feel compelled, yeah, I might have to say something or other, even though I might not know what it is, you know. But I've been really, really overwhelmed in the last in the last year or so by like sort of interactions like that. Yeah, like black men like just like trying to urge me to speak up about racism or something like that, and I'm not really in it, you know, like but at the same time, when the push comes to shove, I am a black person, I'm a black man, and you know what, like if I can help a 16, 17-year-old black boy or whatever, or me as an example, can be bring to light to show what you've done to other unfortunate black people or black men or whatever, then I gotta like stand up. Do you know what I mean? Like, or I gotta say something if something needs to be said, or something's got to be exposed. I don't know. I just don't know. But it's been really overwhelming to like, and it's been like bemusing. Like I've been like really, really like confused in my head, like, because it's like I don't like saying anything like regarding like racism. Yes, I will say, we all have our Deontay Wilder moments. I won't name and shame. I can name about 200 black men that will come home from work at one day, shape or form, or pick up the phone and call their friend and say, rah, they won't give me a promotion at work. Oh, they're saying I'm too aggressive. Oh, they're saying I'm not ready. Oh, I feel like I can't survive in this white man's world. I feel like at one point in their life, I can only think of one black person, one black man I know that hasn't come out with speeches like that. Like, but every other guy at some point has come out with some kind of speech along those lines. yeah, along those lines. Yeah, at some point in their juncture, at some point in their life, yeah, that they feel like the world's holding them down. At some point, everybody has, like, whatever, yeah. But like, yeah, man, I've just like going on again. Like, I've just like had like a lot of like kind of like little nibblings from black guys to think like there's a racism going on with myself or whatever, or like there's a because I'm black. And I just accepted a few years ago, man, a black man's, it was a people thing. Like, it's not like a black thing or a white thing, it's a people thing. But then when like they're kind of like telling me to, you know what I mean, a couple of guys have been at, even at like say a boxing gym or something, I walk in, they're like, oh, you know, like oh, you know, punch the white back or some stuff like that. Yeah, little things, yeah, right, like that, yeah, right. And I'm like, I'm not in that, man. I'm in the human race here, mate. That's what I'm included in, like, you know what I mean. At the end of the day, you know, and I, you know, for what it's worth, it's like when I was down Brixton the other day now, like I bumped into a white guy, working class white guy, like to say, you know, like just by chance. He was the only guy that spoke to me, like that spoke to me properly in Brixton, right? And I had a little convo with him, right? And I just thought to myself, you know what, like we're all in a mess here, man. We're all like in a lot of trouble. Like, don't matter what you are, black, red, white, whatever, man. Everyone's going through their little dramas, you know. And like, I'm sorry, like, no, like, yeah, I do have say some problems with racism stuff like that, but like they're not with like some, I don't know, like Danny grew up on Tulse Hill Estate, or like um Johnny grew up on Rockingham Estate. Um I don't know, Peter who grew up Packington Street, Islington, or like I don't know, like Billy the kid grew up on Gascoigne Estate in Barking. No one never gave him nothing. He never got no proceeds of slavery or directly sent to him. Do you know what I mean? Like yeah, the white maybe higher echelon establishment order, as I call them, they may reap the benefits of whatever the British have done all over the world. But then there's an underbelly and there's a section of people that are just as blighted as me or you in a funny way, shape, or form. You know, and for those people there, and then the good white people that I've encountered, I don't like to speak on these things, but I've felt really, really overwhelmed over the last like little period, like that, like I'm being urged to say something like about, or incited to say something about like things being against me and my color or my race and stuff like that, you know. And it's been like, it's been really, really, it's weighed really, really heavy on me, man, because at the end of the day, man, like you have to call it as it is, man. Like I'm black, and if I can help or say something, or my example can be seen to like to alleviate the pressure off of other black people from, I don't know, getting incarcerated, being institutionalized, or being marginalized, or being held down in some way, shape, or form. And it's almost your duty. You know what I mean? Forget about your little wages that you're getting or whatever, and your wife and kids. Sometimes you got to stand and just go, right, yeah, this and that, you know. But yeah, I hope like I've been making a bit of sense here. But it's just something that I really wanted to get out. Um, you know, I hope you've listened to the end, and I hope it came across in the right way. But long and short of it is, man, there's some damn good, do more for like black people and all of that, white people. Yeah, damn good. Yeah, right. Damn good. Better than me, you, and anyone you might even know. Right? Yeah, I said it. Yeah, right. And I love those people. Right. I love those people. Fight for them just as much as anybody. Right. And the interaction I've had like with a lot of like say black guys of my age, older, right, is like griping about like not griping. I think they're fair in what they're saying, but they've been saying like, no, there's a racism in this thing, man, in this country, in this thing, man. We're not liking it. Do you know what I mean? We're not saying we like you, Mark. We're not saying we like you. We're not saying we like you. But we find that the chips don't fall down on our side, and we find that we are reprimanded severely and held down a lot more than our white counterpart, or something like that. Is what they've been, just what they've been trying to say, you know. And yeah, they've made me feel like I should be saying something, but I'm not, you know. But I hope this message finds you well. I might mention a few other little things about what I'm saying here moving forward, but this is just a chapter I want to leave behind. And another reason I've really come out and said this is because, let's just say, like, whether I like it or not, let's say anyone that goes in a boxing gym is part of a boxing community as such, right? But I feel like I'm part of the boxing community, but in a reverse sort of way, and it's not in a good sort of way. And there's some good men in boxing, good men who have a clear sense of what is right and what is just. Okay, in 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 um in the boxing fraternity, especially. And I can't walk past a white man who's like helped 20 black kids to learn boxing, or like or like just a good guy taking his kids to boxing that, right? And he's thinking that I've got something in for white people, or there's some kind of freak. No way. I love you all. Love you all. Yeah, right. It's on the content of your character, the substance of your spirit is how I judge someone. You know what I mean? Forget all of that. Do you know what I mean? And like, there's no like sort of colour thing in boxing. Yeah, obviously, like we like to see certain people win, and we align ourselves with certain characters that we like within the game, and that's the game of it, man. But like, I'm not walking around some kind of community or boxing community or coming out and even boxing matches if people are thinking that it's some kind of black white thing or it's kind of on all this kind of business. Nah, like I'm not in it. I'm not in it at all. You know, but yeah, I just found like I don't feel comfortable in my own skin walking around. Like I met some nice people in SC1 the other day doing the boxing trials and all this sort of stuff, and like it's just like people loving the sport, and so I don't want nothing like that creeping in. Like I don't want none of that like business. Like do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? And if it's about that kind of thing, you know what I mean, I'm not in it at all, man. I'm not in it at all. I couldn't care what, like, where you're from, all this sort of business, and I shouldn't have to really come out and say this, you know. And yeah, all right, you know what? I'm gonna go back and retract on what I'm saying. Yeah, like obviously, like our heroes, like a lot of heroes, like black people's heroes, are boxers, are sportsmen. Muhammad Ali, Linford, whatever. Yeah, right. A lot of them are sportsmen because that's where we've only seen ourselves. Yeah, sportsmen. Yeah. So I'm gonna say, yeah, there's a little bit of racism in a sense that like I do like to see a black man win in a boxing match, or like at the higher level, at the world class. It's different. If it's like Ricky Hatton versus whoever, I'm behind Ricky Hatton. But if it's like, say in America, and it's like, I don't know, Terence Crawford and he's versus like a white guy or whatever, I'm gonna just probably, I don't know why, I'm just probably gonna go like with Terence Crawford. I don't know why. I just probably am. But if he was like, say, against Ricky Hatton, or like Kevin Mitchell from down the road or whatever, I'm gonna go like, yeah, look, Kevin, I want to see Kevin Mitchell do this. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So like, nothing wrong with like having that sort of thing, yeah. But like, for long and short of it, man, like I'm like just like I love people. I do, man. I love people. Do you know what I mean? I love all sorts of different people, man. And like the last couple of years as well, man, I've run in the gym. I've run into a lot of like European guys and stuff like that, yeah. And like, it's not like I close ranks, but it's because I've had so many people approaching me and like trying to get these little pieces of information out of me, and then it gets turned on me and all that sort of stuff. I've gone on like I'm not wanting to speak to them or like whatever, and I think, wow, man, I'd love to have like met like I don't know a Romanian, a Polish guy, or whatever. And they're like, "Right, come to my country. You know what? Let's go there for the weekend." And I'm the only black guy in like Bucharest or whatever, wherever it is, Cluj, wherever it is, whatever, Warsaw, wherever it is, man. And I'm there and I'm showing love to the people. But I love people. Yeah, right. And I've been like that. I've been a bit standoffish in the boxing because it's like, boy, I don't know who's like my friend and who's not, who's trying to set me up for something. But really, like, what makes me vulnerable is like I love people. Like I'm open to all people. Like it don't matter what you are, where you're from. I'm treating you exactly the same. But I hope this message has come across clearly, concisely, and I hope I don't sound like a madman. I'm grinning at the end of this, even though like what I'm saying is quite serious. Just to let you into a little bit of my character anyway. Like when I do grin a lot, like, or I get a bit cheeky like in public, or I say something a bit like maybe rude to someone at my car window or whatever, it's normally like Not that I'm distraught, but I could be probably down. It's just a way of defense mechanism, so don't take it anyway. Anyway, rambling. Love, one, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bless.